Hey friends, hey, this is Blake and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about the advantages of long distance relationships. Now, granted, I'm a huge fan of them because I live out in the boondocks and I think they're wonderful actually. I do live 45 minutes outside of Charlotte, and predominantly when I was on online dating, most of all the women lived in that Charlotte area, so that did make it a challenge for me. For the distance. But if I could, let me share why I feel online dating is wonderful. Actually, I think I think a lot of us need to take our blinders off and maybe expand our radius of mileage, distance that we're looking for in our next partner, because I live in the Charlotte area, and Charlotte is like one of the fastest growing cities in the country. Like, it is growing so crazy fast. And, if you live in that Charlotte area, it takes you a good 35 minutes or so to get across town these days in Charlotte. Not to mention, traffic can be crazy and all that kind of stuff. So why not drive a little further for love? Like, why not drive an extra 10 or 15 minutes for someone that you have so much in common, you have such a beautiful connection with? So to me, I feel like, it's so wonderful to have a long distance relationship with someone. And I'll tell you why. I believe that it teaches you, you both have to work at the relationship. You both have to invest that time. And it becomes, such something that you're almost like you're growing, like a plant, and you're both having to water that plant and you're watching it grow and bloom. I think when you have someone that's right around the corner or 10 minutes up the road, sometimes you can get complacent, and sometimes, you can kind of take it for granted and get in that complacent routine. Whereas if you have someone that's a little further away, you truly look forward to seeing them each and every day. Like, you so get excited and you build up those butterflies and you have that excitement each and every time, because you're not seeing them, maybe every single day, right? You're having a few days in between or whatever. So to me, I think that's a beautiful thing. So when you see each other, you're giving each other a wonderful hug, and it's, I don't know, it's just incredible. And you're invested in each other, and it's like you cherish the time that you're together too. I think is really special. Now, I'm not saying like somebody that's hours and hours and hours away. I'm talking like maybe somebody 45 minutes away, an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes or so. Just that a little bit of distance, because also too, it helps you with communication. So when you're on the phone and you're talking, when you're not together, your communication becomes so much stronger. You're I don't know, you're just growing, I think, in a different way. It's hard to explain. I just think it's beautiful, and I just encourage you to take your dating blinders off and be open to long distance relationships and give everyone a chance, because today's times it is so hard to find someone special, right? And it's like finding a needle in a haystack. So take a little bit extra time and expand your radius a little bit. Take those dating blinders off and be open to it. Is all I say, is open. Just be open to it, because that most incredible person could be 10 minutes down the road or 15 further minutes away, and you're missing out on someone that could be the perfect fit for you. And if it is a perfect fit, it'll all happen and work out in time, and you'll grow together. And who's to say you couldn't relocate, or someone relocates in time. So just be open to it, I guess, is my point. I think it makes the relationship beautiful. It also gives you a day or two to have to yourself, in between dating. You can have those days to kind of be yourself, and take days to kind of pamper yourself, and just breathe on your own, and have moments with balance. And I talked about a video about balance in the relationship that is so important. You have to have balance in the relationship, whether it's day with your friends, or time with your parents or your family, or time with your for yourself, right? Just to relax. And that's true with dating too, guys. We have to have balance in our dating. And what I mean by that is, you have to take time to plan your dates out, but make sure they have balance. By, for example, have one date that's so exciting and fun, and then have another date after. The next date maybe is more romantic and very sweet and romantic, and then the next date is just super relaxing and super chill. Just sit around and maybe cook dinner together. I think cooking dinner together is a wonderful date. Maybe pick a recipe out of a book and go to the grocery store and get everything out and come back home and cook dinner together with a glass of wine and just relax. I think is a great date. Maybe taking day trips where you just kind of, pick a place to go and maybe hike to a waterfall or something, I think is romantic. Or getting some ice cream and a blanket and going and watching airplanes take off and land, and just having great communication and laying out there and talking is really special. But plan dates, but keep them balanced. You know, you don't want to get into a routine and complacency of having the same dates over and over and over, you know, the same routine. You want to keep it changing and keep it guessing and keep her guessing, you know, planning some surprise dates in there and some clues and give some, you know, fun dates and find out what she's into. Like if, for example, if she's into like self-care, maybe you plan a date where you're surprising her and getting her a massage and then, or her nails done or something. And then you're going to a restaurant that's a couple blocks away and having dinner too. And, you know, you're just kind of keeping it surprising and keep her guessing it all the time and put effort into those dates, but keep them balanced. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this channel of healing. And my goal is just to help other people with mistakes I've made and watch me along my journey of healing so that eventually down the road I'll be able to, you know, hopefully get back out there and find love again, but be such a healed person and have the most beautiful heart, healed heart to give someone. And so just thank you for going on that journey with me of healing and being a part of it with me. And so just remember, expand those boundaries of mileage a little bit and be open to a little bit further of a person, because that person can be adorable and be right around the corner, but be a little bit further away. So it's worth it, you know, to drive an extra 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, heck, you might drive 20 or 30 minutes to work. So why not drive an extra 10 or 15 minutes for love? You know, such an important investment into your life, you know, so love is worth it. So anyway, appreciate you guys so much, and stay tuned to more videos. I hope to keep sharing more videos over the weekend, and y'all have a wonderful day, and thanks for supporting me.